introduction. Redmi's everywhere. The Xiaomi Redmi 4 Prime is the top spec one of the 4th generation, which so far consists of 3 phones. Remember, the Redmi 4 and 8 were announced alongside the 4 Prime. That may very well change, though if the Redmi 3 family is any indication, the total of 5 model for the 8 months between January and August this year, and that's not even counting the Redmi Note lineup. Speaking of the Redmi Notes, it may be worth mentioning where the plain non-Note Redmis sit in the company's lineup. Ultra-affordable compacts might be a pretty concise yet accurate summary. And when you hear ultra-affordable, you're thinking a low-end MediaTek chipset, low-res display and a plastic build. Probably none of those applies. Instead, you're getting an efficient 14nm Snapdragon 625 chipset and a full 5-inch display inside a premium metal body. All this for the equivalent of $130. If you've read any of our previous Redmi reviews, you'd be familiar with the 4 Prime's shortcomings. Apparently Xiaomi has done its research and figured that NFC and display glass protection are not essential. The non-removable battery has been a thing since the first of the Redmi 3s, but we're sort of fans of the 4100 mAh power pack, sealed as it may be. We'd also issue a minor complaint on the Android version, all while acknowledging that Marshmallow is reasonably okay for a phone in this price bracket. There is the caveat that the price is such in China, and with Xiaomi not exactly having a global distribution network, you may run into additional costs to get your hands on one of these Redmis. Then there's a matter of warranty, or lack thereof. While those are legitimate concerns, it's more important just how good of a phone Xiaomi managed to make on such a tight budget. That's why we're here, and we're kicking off with the usual hardware overview on the next page. Special thanks to OntNorboy.com for providing the review unit. The Xiaomi Redmi 4 Prime is powered by the Snapdragon 625 chipset. One of the key differences compared to the pedestrian Redmi 4 and its Snapdragon 430. While both chips pack an octa-core Cortex-A53 CPU, the 625 is made on a 14nm process with improved efficiency and performance being the logical consequence. Oh, and the 625's CPU can go as high as 2.0 GHz, while the 430's is capped at 1.4 GHz. We have tested Snapdragon 625 phones before, but none comes close to the Redmi 4 Prime's price point. Still, we've thrown the Huawei Nova and Asus Zenfone 2 ZE552KL here to see how different makers have gone about utilizing the Qualcomm chip. Looking at Geekbench scores first, we find the Redmi 4 Prime to be more or less on par with the Nova and Zenfone 3 in the single-core test. But while the Huawei Midranger and the Redmi 4 Prime are in the low 3000s in the multi-core test, the Zenfone 3 goes above 4000 points. Not much to be said about the Prime's performance, really. Clearly it's the Zenfone that's extraordinary. Overall, the Redmi 4 Prime is very well powered, and its chipset is one that can be found in devices costing several times as much. Within its own price bracket, the Redmi 4 Prime really has no competition regarding raw performance.